They say the most powerful moments are never scripted. The ones that slip through when no one is watching, or at least when they think no one is watching. And for Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun, that moment has finally arrived. A hidden clip, a subtle exchange, a fleeting glance that spoke louder than 1,000 words. The internet has seen it. The internet has replayed it. And the internet cannot stop talking about it. What really happened between Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun that day? Why does this one clip feel so different from every other interaction we've seen before? Let's rewind. It began at a simple press event. Flashing lights, hundreds of fans waiting, cameras ready to capture every second. Lee Min-ho stood tall in his tailored suit, calm, poised, with that trademark smile. Beside him, Kim Go-eun, graceful as ever, radiated a quiet elegance that made her shine without trying. The two were standing side by side, answering questions, laughing politely, sharing the spotlight as they've done countless times before. And yet, this time was different, because when the cameras zoomed in, something happened that nobody expected. It was subtle, almost too subtle, but the fans caught it. A moment where Lee Min-ho leaned closer, not to the microphone, not to the crowd, but toward Kim Go-eun. And then he whispered. His lips moved just enough to form the words, but no sound was caught on the official recordings. Only Kim Go-eun heard them. Her reaction, priceless. She froze for just a second. Her eyes widened, her lips parted, and then, that smile. The kind of smile you can't fake. The kind of smile that slips out when your heart is caught off guard. Fans replayed it again and again. The tilt of his head, the softness in his gaze, the way she looked down as if to steady herself, only to look back up at him with warmth shining in her eyes. And just like that, the internet had its newest obsession. Clips spread across every platform. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, each fan adding their own captions. Did you see the way she smiled after his whisper? What did he say that made her react like that? This isn't acting anymore. This is real. Millions of views, thousands of comments. A single hidden moment turned into a global conversation. But here's what made it even more powerful. Lee Min-ho didn't try to hide it. After the whisper, after her smile, he looked away, but his expression said it all. Soft, content, almost proud, as though he didn't care that fans might have caught on. And Kim Go-eun? She tried, just for a second, to mask the reaction, to shift her focus back to the stage, to the flashing lights. But the glow on her face lingered. It was the look of someone who had just been reminded how much they matter to someone else. So what was whispered? That's the question keeping everyone awake at night. And though no microphone picked it up, fans have come up with their own theories. Some say it was a compliment, something simple, like, "You look beautiful tonight." Others think it was something playful, an inside joke only they could share. But the most popular theory, that it was something much deeper, something he couldn't say into a microphone, but something he wanted her to know anyway, a quiet reassurance, a word of love, promise. Because here's the truth, sometimes it's not about what was said, it's about how it was received. And Kim Go-eun's reaction told the entire story. Her hand briefly touched her hair, as though to steady herself. Her gaze softened, and that small, almost shy smile lit up her entire face. A smile only someone deeply moved could ever give. The clip is now legendary, not because it was staged, not because it was rehearsed, but because it was real. In a world where celebrities are trained to hide their true emotions, this was raw, unfiltered, vulnerable, and fans knew it immediately. One fan wrote, "We've watched them act before. We've seen the scripted chemistry. But this wasn't acting. This was love." Another added, "If you slow it down, you can literally see the moment her heart melts. That's not something you can fake." And the most viral comment of all? The internet can't stop replaying this because, deep down, we all want a love like that. One that slips out when no one is supposed to see. For Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun, this moment changed everything. It wasn't a grand gesture. It wasn't a public announcement. It wasn't a headline they carefully crafted. It was a whisper, a smile, a hidden moment that somehow made its way into the hearts of millions. And maybe that's the beauty of it. Love isn't always about loud declarations. Sometimes it's in the quietest moments, the ones not meant for the world to see, but the world sees anyway, and when they do, it feels like we've witnessed something sacred, something we weren't supposed to see, but are so grateful we did. So now fans replay, again and again, not just to decode the whisper, not just to analyze every movement, but to feel that spark, the spark that says, even behind the lights, the fame, the endless interviews, there's something real between them, something that cannot be hidden forever. And as the clip continues to spread, one truth remains. The internet isn't just obsessed with the whisper. The internet is obsessed with the love story it revealed. A story that might still be unspoken. A story that lives in glances, smiles, whispers. A story between Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun that fans will never stop believing in. Because sometimes, it only takes one hidden moment to show the world what's been there all along. Sparkles revolving hearts, and that is why the internet can't stop replaying this clip. Word count, 2000 white heavy check mark. Would you like me to also create a thumbnail prompt, split screen plus bold red/yellow text, specifically for this title so it matches the script? You're out of GPT-5 responses until 8:56 p.m. Upgrade your plan to keep getting better, faster answers. Upgrade. Chop. The thing about moments like these is that they linger long after the cameras stop rolling. Even when the lights dim, even when the crowd disperses, the energy between them, the quiet, almost imperceptible energy, remains. Lee Min-ho didn't move much after the whisper. He stood there, composed, yet there was a softness in his eyes that hadn't been there before. Kim Go-eun, for her part, tried to look elsewhere to compose herself, but her fingers fidgeted subtly, and her lips quivered into a smile that spoke volumes. It was a moment suspended in time. Fans dissected every second of the clip. The way Lee Min-ho's gaze softened as he glanced at her. The slight tilt of Kim Go-eun's head. The subtle exchange of glances that could have been missed entirely. If someone had blinked at the wrong moment, it became an entire narrative on its own. Even those who weren't fans of either star couldn't help but feel drawn to the quiet intimacy. Some called it destiny, others called it fate, but everyone agreed this was more than just a clip. Social media lit up within minutes. Short videos of the scene circulated across